Spin Rhythm XD, it's hard to describe. It's a hybrid rhythm game, and there's not really a lot. I'm not saying there's not a lot more to say about it because there is, but ultimately it's just another rhythm game. But it is a very good rhythm game.
Yeah.
In terms of rhythm games, I'd say it falls more into your thumper rhythm game than a Beat Saber rhythm game. It's not a like really involved game where you're moving about and you're kind of being really active. It's one you can sit and play. It's so well done. Like it looks amazing, like the way every track works. And in the simplest form, you basically have like a rhythm wheel in front of you, and then you've got these different notes that are coming towards you, and you need to hit those notes in the right color and in the right way. So it might be that you just need to line up against them. It might be that you need to tap into them and like hit them on the beat. It might be you need to spin the wheel one way or another way. You might have to like scratch the wheel, like almost like in terms of it's almost kind of, and that's maybe a good way of describing it. It's almost more like DJ Hero or something like that than it is like
It's a good way of
a
putting it.
Guitar Hero type thing. But
Yeah.
like the soundtrack's really good, the scoring's really good, the presentation's really good. You've got it uses the interactive leaderboard sections of the PS5, so you've got your like top of the leaderboard, your fifth in the leaderboard, your and it gives you your notifications and all that. I know some people don't like that, but I personally do like that. You get your ratings for every song. It shows you like you've got so many different things to look at a song, whether it be like a full combo, whether it be a perfect full combo. Um, it's yeah, it's great.
I
Like I
think,
love this game.
yeah, I think the one thing when I loaded it up that just made me go, like, mind blowing moment was the sheer amount of tracks on this game
Yeah,
from day one for you to play. Like a lot of games release maybe with 12 to 20 tracks and then kind of add a few here and there. I think this has 60 plus tracks or something like that. They're all very similar in the sense of the genre, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad. And there is actually some that I knew on here as well from music that I listened to like a long, long time ago. So it's nice to play them songs again and like kind of sing along to them and vibe out with them because ultimately that's what you want on a rhythm game as well. You want to play them songs that you know and kind of really have that feeling. Um, I think the one thing I'm going to touch on that really shocked me as well was the amping of difficulty when you go up. So you start on easy. It's literally just you rotate around from blue to the pinky color, or whatever you, because you can customize your wheel as well in the menu, full customization too, which is really cool. But no, the amping of difficulty is like, that's too easy. Let's go up to medium. Nah, that's too easy. Let's go up to hard. I was like, whoa, yes,
back down. Thanks very much.
There's another difficulty above this one, isn't there? I'm just gonna ignore that and go back down. Like it goes from having to go from just selecting to the blue to green, and then the way it kind of works is you have to tap as well. So you have to like hit your wand down. I say wand because in the game it kind of looks a bit like a wand that you're using. So you have to hit it down to tap and then follow it along. Then you've got the one where you have to scratch and spin it, which obviously adds to the spin rhythm because you are literally spinning this wheel round. But if you go higher on the difficulty, then you have one where you have to press the trigger as well for like the green line, which was pretty cool. It did kind of, there's some songs I could do, but then I went back to some others and I was like, no, I can't do that. That's too difficult. So it does offer a good challenge as well for a rhythm game. You tried it in non-VR as well, didn't you? Because
I did, yeah. And that's probably a good point. Yeah, so it's a hybrid game. And this game did come out on the Switch last year.
Yeah.
It might have been the year before, but it's been out on the Switch and it was well loved in the Switch. I don't think it even touches a VR game when you play it in flat. It's just it works and you can play it. And if it was the only option you had, I think you would still enjoy it. But if you have the option to play this in VR, it's head and shoulders above the flat version, in my opinion. It's almost like a different game, even though it's not. Like it is the same game on flat or in VR. Obviously, the mechanics are just different, but the presentation is very slightly different.
Definitely.
It's just head and shoulders. It elevates it so much that this is the way to play this game.
So the first time I played it was obviously in VR, and I was like, okay, I'll give it a go in the non-VR, just out of curiosity. I'm probably not going to play that version of it, but I'll give it a go anyway. And I played it with the touchpad to kind of do the spin wheel. I couldn't get on with it at all. I was like, this doesn't really work well, in my opinion. And then it's tapping down. And then I realised you can actually play it with the analog. I didn't know that at first. And then I started getting a little bit more enjoyment out of the controller method when playing it with the analog. Still opted back for the VR version because it did make me go, okay, this is the ultimate way to play this game. For me, anyway. Other people that have played this on other systems probably love playing it with the controller, but I think for somebody playing VR games primarily most of the time, yeah, it just felt nice actually tapping your hand down to tap on the actual things and going from there. I think it was a good way of doing it. But then I got to admit, I'm glad I did try the non-VR version because then I realised that I could actually use the analog in the actual VR version and use that to move the wheel around if I wanted to. So I'm going to say as well, if you struggle with kind of rotating the wheel by gripping it and rotating it with the wand, you can use the analog as well. And there's that kind of level of finding what's comfortable for you as a player. And I'm really happy they did this. They didn't just go, no, this is the way you need to play it. You need to do it with the wand, because it really does make doing some of them levels maybe a little bit quicker. You can be quite quick, even dual methoding and using the analog and then the wand as well. So I think they did a really good job with that. So, no, I'm really impressed with this one. I think I wouldn't say it's shot up to become like one of the best VR rhythm games I've ever played because, again, although it is VR, it's a very... It's like it's kind of like medium VR. I mean, it's not like... you don't feel like you're doing every VR.
Casual. It's casual VR.
I played it sitting down most of the time and I had an absolute blast. So yeah, I mean, I had a lot of fun with it, but no, it's really good, really good one.
As highly recommended. Definitely like gets our stamp of approval. Like even you can basically customize like everything that you can see on the screen, all the colors, spin wheel.
That's what I loved as well. Like, the level of customization.
Yeah, and you unlock them all as you're getting leveled up with every. It's got that really good like gamification to it in terms of you're always leveling up and you're always doing the next thing and then buying more customizations and buying more tracks. And it just
I love the way the keys unlock as well. That was really cool, just doing that. And you don't have to buy the songs in any order they want. You have to buy a few from one section and you can go on to the next section. You can buy which ones that sound good to you. And I liked that. I didn't feel limited to what I had to do for them. It was basically what I wanted to do. And really happy.
Me too. So that is Spin Rhythm XD, and that is out. And the day this podcast dropped on the 12th. No, not the 12th of July. Is it the 12th? No.
Is it 12th of July?
I don't know.
What date is it next week?
The 9th of July.
Alexa,
sorry.
What day is it next week?
It's Infinite Inside that comes out the 12th of July. That's because
he's got his mind on that.
Is the day that this podcast drops. So as you're listening to this now, this should be available. So I would highly recommend you go and play it.
Yeah, I do. And I also do recommend you check the non-VR version, then go into the VR or vice versa, just to kind of go to yourself. And I think it really shows you as the player how different they both feel. And I think it's really nice because it kind of gives you that instant like, oh, I'm happy I've got the way to play it this way. So, no, done a really good job on it. I'm happy with it.